Dr. Faith B. Yisreal set the record straight on her expectations for Tobago autonomy. During an interview on The Morning Bruce with CNC3's Jason Williams, she said she's not looking for separation from Trinidad, but instead establishing the dreams and aspirations of Tobagonians, echoing and agreeing with the sentiments of Minister Shamfa Cudjoe Lewis in a previous interview. Here's more.
Dr. Faith B. Yisreal reiterated that the call for autonomy for Tobago is not about independence from Trinidad, but a conversation about equitably developing both islands. She said that one of Tobagonians' biggest dreams is to define Tobago within the law of Trinidad and Tobago quite clearly.
We have always wanted a clear definition in our laws that says this is what Tobago is and this is what Trinidad is and this is what the country known as Trinidad and Tobago is. And let me be clear, we would like to maintain the country known as Trinidad and Tobago because I honestly believe this is the greatest country on earth, the two islands together. So let's be very, very clear about that. We are not talking about separating. We are not talking about going our separate ways.
Yeah, because there are people who...
Dr. Faith continued with a scenario explaining how the Trinidad and Tobago space is divided equitably.
If we say that, JW, you and I have 10 mangoes, right? We have 10 mangoes. And I then say, or there's a document that says, JW, you have 3 mangoes. There's an expectation that the other 7 mangoes would be who? Would be mine. Because together, the 3 plus 7 makes 10. One of the things that Tobagonians have always wanted is for us to have a definition that says the island of Tobago is the island plus, whatever these nautical miles.
She continued that the definition should be fair and equitable for both islands as it relates to the resources that are found within the islands. She made reference to the space that could be considered Tobago waters as the contributions made through resources such as oil and gas.
The question about resources always comes up, and the question about whether Tobago does contribute anything to Trinidad and Tobago always comes up. And in fact, we know that there are quite a number of the oil and gas resources that are in what would be classified as quote-unquote Tobago water if we were separated. So we are contributing to this, the purse of Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Faith made a reference to the Calypso Field and Block 22 as areas that, if classified, would be in Tobago waters. She further said that the definition for Trinidad and Tobago should allow for both islands to be seen as brother and sister and to be viewed as equal members. Speaking on equal treatment, Dr. Faith made reference to the development allocation for Tobago in reference to a single project in Trinidad.
During the budget, we heard about a major hotel in Trinidad that is being refurbished this fiscal, and the figure that is being used to refurbish the hotel is about 400 million. Remember that?
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Right. Now, when you look at the resources that are allotted to Tobago, the whole island of Tobago, to develop Tobago, you know how much those resources are because we're talking about the development money, not the recurrent, not the money that we pay salaries and that kind of stuff within the THA, but the whole island, to develop the whole island. We were allocated about 200 million.
Dr. Faith said 2 of the main things she wants to see on the bill is that Trinidad and Tobago are equal, as well as Tobago having the ability to make laws in all the areas that are under its jurisdiction. Adana Kombi, Tobago Updates Television News.